Hey, alright everybody. Now then, today my brother's come down and he's fixing the old water pump on his Meriva B. This is not a how-to as such, but I'm going to show you what he has to take off and how he has to get towards the water pump, which will maybe help some people if they want to change their water pump on a Meriva. So he's taking the airbox off at the moment to give himself more space. I'll get the camera in a minute. We'll have a look once he's taken the airbox off and see what's involved in taking the water pump off. Right, okay, the airbox is out, but it was much more difficult than expected. You've got this big long pipe coming off here. This does just lift out, but there's electrical wire and there's clipped there, and it's also clipped. I'll try and show. It's hard to show. I'll put it down. It's also clipped by there, which is right underneath. So the actual box just pulls out. See, it's got one clip, one thing there, one push fit there, and one push fit there. And you've got to take this hose off. So it was quite difficult to get this bottom in here. Was a clip. And you've got to get pliers or something in there, long nose pliers, to squeeze that clip to get it out. So anyway, that's made a bit more space in the engine bay now. So you can see now, in the engine bay, look, there's plenty of space there. And to get at the water pump, which is there, you've got to take off this engine mount. So the car's got to be jacked up, the water's got to be drained, and then this engine mount comes off first. Right, okay, like I said last time, airbox is out. Just undone the bottom little valve on the radiator to let it drain out the fluids, the antifreeze. Not a lot of antifreeze comes out, so don't expect a lot to come out. It's only a couple of litres will come out. There's about 6 litres in the car, but only about 2.5 litres, 3 litres will come out altogether, because the water pump is quite high and the hoses are quite high. So you're going to crack on now and take off the engine mounts so we can get to the auxiliary belt, take the auxiliary belt off, then start undoing the water pump. I thought I'd better show you before you take off the engine mounts. You've got to put a jack underneath the car. I'll crawl down by a few so you can see. And we put the light on. Crawl down by here and you can see you've got to put the jack and a piece of wood under the sump to hold the engine up. Remember to do that bit. Right, there we go then, folks. Look, we got the whole mount is out all out of the way now. We've got the airbox out the way, the mount is out the way, the car's jacked up, the water's been emptied. So now we've got to take off the auxiliary belt. Look, this has got to come off first. Oh, but actually, undo these. You slacken these 3 bolts first when the auxiliary belt is on, so it doesn't move. And then look at the orientation. It goes round there, look, up there, round that way, down there, over there, up over there, right? I don't know if you can see that. But to take the auxiliary belt off, you've got to release the tension on this spring here. So I think you slacken this and pull it back. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's undo some more stuff and I'll come back to you. There we go then, the belt is off, look. And if you want to take the belt off, you've got to push down on this here. I don't know if you can see this. When you push down on it, it pushes the tensioner down and it releases the tension on the belt so you can slip the belt off. It's handy if you've got 2 people because somebody can push down and somebody can take the belt off, but you can do it on your own. But there we go, the belt is off, so the next thing to do is to take off this. You might have to take this, I'm not quite sure yet, but you might have to take the tensioner off to get to this pump, so we'll see. Right, okay, I'll try and get you in here with the camera. You don't have to take the tensioner off, it's not in the way. With this out in the way, you can see all the little bolts going around. Here's the water pump going around here, like this. And if I show you, in a minute, I'll show you the new water pump, and I'll show you where the bolt holes are. Okay then, so this is the way it'll be situated on the car, going that way. And you can see it's got lots of little bolt holes going all the way around that you've got to take off. There's a pipe coming in at this side, and obviously there's a housing that goes on this side. Okay then, look, water pump is out. You've got to, once this water pump is out, I'll try and get this camera down here a bit closer. Once the water pump is out, but there, look, you can see big hole there, look. And you've got to clean that mating surface up as best as possible without putting any gouges in it. So you've got to be careful how you clean it. A little bit of light sandpaper maybe, just to make sure everything's nice and clean. And also, I want to point out as well that if you look at the water pump there, all the bolts are different sizes. So when you bring the bolts out of the old water pump, put them in the new one for temporary, so you know exactly where they go, like, you see. And then you can put them back in the old one and then put them back in the new one when you put them on, if that makes any sense. But just be warned, they're all different sizes, so make sure you know where they go. Just want to show you all the bits you end up with. So you've got the airbox out, the engine mounter out, obviously. You've got the pulley off, look. You've got the water pump out. You've got the auxiliary belt off. As it happens, I'll just pick this up a minute here. My brother's bought a new thermostat housing, and that's what the thermostat housing looks like. That just comes off the end of the, like that. And the hose on there had a clip on it, and then it pulls off. You've got to give it a good pull to get it off. So that's all the bits you're going to end up with. So be warned that this is not a quick job. It's quite involved. But like I said earlier, this is not a tutorial. This is just showing you what is involved in taking off the water pump and putting a new water pump on. Hey, all right then, folks. So he's putting the stuff back on now. He's putting the new water pump back on. And like I said, I got to repeat this. This isn't a tutorial because I'm just showing you exactly what's involved in changing the water pump. So if you got a leaky water pump, or you know there's something wrong with it making a squeak, and you want to attempt it yourself, this is just a video to show what's involved. And it's quite involved, and you need quite a lot of different tools. You need the Torx bits and everything. You need a jack. You need new antifreeze to do it. In this instance, he's putting a new thermostat on as well. But this was just a video to show you exactly what's, like I've said, what's involved and what you need to do, so you can make a judgment yourself if you feel like doing it yourself, or you want to take it to a garage. So anyway, if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Hoi!